Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I just mowed the yard, kind of out of breath at the moment. I know I should have waited until I caught my breath, but that's alright. You know, time is always an issue. You don't have time to do hardly anything when you're working 6 days a week. Oh. But anywho, yeah, like I said, I just mowed the yard. And I noticed that we had no electricity. Yay, no electricity, so I can't charge up my GoPro to make this video. Jeez. Oh, it's humid today. Like I said, just got back from work. Then I mowed the yard. It took me about 27 minutes to mow it this time. But that's not the reason for this video. Now this video here, I wanted to show you guys what's next on the bandsaw build. Here is one of the tires, they call it, wheels. Look at that tire. A lot of wear. Looks like the original rubber tire that's on this bandsaw. So, what I did was, I went ahead and bought some urethane belts. I just ordered it last night, so it's going to take, they say, 5 days to get here. So, meanwhile, what I want to do is clean these off, get rid of these belts, get rid of the glue. And there's the other one over there. It's just as bad. They're dry rotted, cracked, chipped, chunks missing. All kinds of things are wrong with these. So I figure while it's apart, it'll be easier to put the belts on. Like I said, I don't have the belts at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and clean these wheels off. Well, I got the belts in the mail. Here are the instructions. You have to use hot dish soap, hot water at 120 degrees. Well, mine reached 140 some. I got my temperature gun right there. Let's see what it is now. Yeah, 115. But I dropped them in there when it was 140 some degrees with soapy water, hot water. Let them sit for 5 minutes or so. And then I went ahead and put them on. Well, first I cleaned the wheels with rubbing alcohol. Make sure you do that to get any residue off. And here's what she looks like. Boy, man, them things are sweet, nice and bright. Have the air conditioning on, so if you hear the wind, I'm sorry. Look at that. Yeah, it took me about 2 minutes a piece to put these together. What you need is 2 clamps, a regular screwdriver. This is at the end. You use the screwdriver at the end after it's on. And then I had a bolt. Here, we cut off the threads a long time ago. And I used that. I put it underneath this belt and I rolled it all the way around. So it's nicely stretched out. But boy, oh boy, that turned out beautiful. Yeah, compare those old icky belts right there versus these. I'm glad I paid the extra money for these. A lot easier to put on. So now, this part right here that holds the top wheel on, I had a little bit of issues getting that one bolt out right here. I had a chisel, and then while it was in there, I had to keep rotating it with a small wood chisel is all I had, or what do you call that? Yeah, I guess you say a wood chisel or a punch. And I kept rotating it, small turns like that, until I got enough, came out, and I unscrewed it. This here brings this up and down. But while I was messing with this, I had it in a vise and accidentally clamped these two pieces a lot closer. And then what I did was to bring them back, I put a piece of threaded rod all the way through with a washer and nut on this side, a washer and nut on this side, and I turned them the opposite direction and it moved them out. But I went a little too far and the small split came right about there. I mean, it didn't go deep. So what I did, I put some JB Weld on there a couple days ago, and hopefully it's going to hold. But I'm trying to get this whole mechanism here, get another one just in case. I should figure out sometime today if the seller wants to sell me just a piece. Right now he has the whole wheel assembly and everything. I don't need all that. So let's hope. If not, we're going to be using that. So, looking good so far. Cannot wait. It's been a couple days. Went past. So yeah, man, them things are nice and bright. Oh, I love it. They're definitely going to see that saw on there. Here's the saw blade right here. Look at that. That's gonna look nice against there. Yeah, this is a pretty sharp blade. But yeah, I'm getting closer. I'm just taking my time since it's summertime. Out and cleaning every part. My next step is going to take some emery cloth and clean all these studs here. Really nice and shiny. And we'll go from there. We'll do some more odds and ends and some cleaning, and we'll be grinning here. There's the emery cloth right there. I have a chuck key. I think I already showed you guys that. I had one. Got another one instead of this. I cannot believe they put this in place of this. That went right there. Man, what a mess this was. But I like to get everything back in working order. So I'm going to go ahead and concentrate on the feet over there. Clean off all the bolts while I'm out in the workshop. And pretty soon I will be putting this back together. I cannot wait. Well, another day has passed. And there's all the parts cleaned up, waiting to go back together. Well, the top tension thing right here, I really screwed that up. Okay, I think I showed you this already, but well, I ordered another whole assembly with the wheel. You see, there's my other two wheels over there. Yeah, they're on top of each other. Came with this wheel and this assembly. That one black bearing, the other one is around here. So, oh, I threw it in the garbage. They were shot. But I think I'm going to use this whole mechanism here because that right there is a lot better shape, that little silver thing. A lot better shape. I just have to clean the shaft right here. And right now I have everything soaking in WD-40 just to clear off the rust and stuff. Yep. So, and then I finally found somebody, I hope, that make me that lower shaft that goes into here and hooks onto this pulley. And it's going to cost me about 40 bucks. It was the cheapest I found someone to do it. It's a very hard piece, and that's like the main piece you need. But here's what we got going on. I have all the wiring completed. Well, not brand new, but a different cord. Looks a lot better than the original. Then right here, I fixed this by putting a plastic grommet so you can't pull out the wire. So I did all that the other day. And like I said, I was putting it all together, and then I saw that shaft. So yeah, that's what's going on. I just got that in the mail. And then another thing I've noticed, when I took the wheel off of this that came in the mail today, that this little snap ring was on there. I did not have that on the original one that came. So that was quite different. So I'm kind of glad that I did buy this, because I'm finding out there's missing pieces that was supposed to be in that. And then there is a counterweight clip to balance. I'm going to be pulling that off soon. And then to top it all off, here's that screw that I dug out of there. Remember? Oh, it's right there, actually. Right there it is. All chewed up. Well, this one I just unscrewed out by hand with my fingers. It came out of this one right here, which is awesome. A lot better shape. So instead of taking that pin out right there like I did the other one, I'm just going to leave it in. Let everything spit shine up, and then use this one, mount this one up there. So that's some good news anyways. So if I got like 115 bucks wrapped up in this whole project, that's including the price of the bandsaw. Not bad, not bad, but you know, I'm just being really super picky. I mean, it did run, but I just want everything to be in tip-top shape. And then another thing what I did was I cleaned up the motor a little bit, took off this plate, fixed the wire right here because it was pretty bare looking. I mean, it didn't rub raw or nothing, but you saw the different colors of wire. So I taped the heck out of that and pushed it down in and clamped that back on, that plate. Yeah, then another thing I thought was pretty neat about this motor is where it says oil. You gotta pull out that little plug and drop down oil. Most likely you use 3-in-1 oil in that, like a couple drops. And there's another one right there, if you can see that, if it focuses. It's the yellow cap right there. So I'm just cleaning it up. I also blew out the the openings here. You should seen all the sawdust that came out of that. It was really, really, really bad. So I'm definitely going to oil that motor up with a couple drops before I install it. But yeah, this is where I'm at. That's the bearing that was junk. I had to use a chisel to get that out. So, yep, we'll see what happens next. All right. It's been a few days has passed, and I finally got the brand new shaft. Had it made. It's the same exact thing as the original. Look at that. Yeah, it only cost 20 bucks. That's all he charged me. I was really surprised. Everywhere else I went wanted $65 an hour. 3 hours minimum just to build a shaft. This guy does a lot of work for my employment. He said, I can make that for you and I'll bring it back. And that's what he did. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab that bearing, and I'm going to clean them up and add more grease to them, and then put it back, and I'm going to go ahead and start and install this right there. Then the only thing left will be the motor. It will be the last thing. Well, no, not the last thing. The tabletop itself will be the last thing goes on top. So let's see what she looks like. Yeah, there it is. Everything put on. Look at how beautiful that turns. Come on over here. You see, I just have the belt just laying on it, so. Oh yeah. A lot better. 100% better than what it was. So now, oh, what's the next step here? Boy, everything looks nice in there now. I guess the next step would be the motor. Go ahead and put the motor on. I have to get the new bolts that I purchased, put that with that, and we'll go from there. Alright, now we have the motor installed. We have to look down here. That's kind of hard to see. There it is. The motor is installed with brand new bolts and nuts, much bigger than the ones that were in there, with the square shank which fits in those square slots. So she's coming together, and I took the time to clean the motor cord, not this one, but this one right here. Got it all the way bolted where it's supposed to be. And I got it hooked up right there. Boy, that looks a lot cleaner. Much cleaner look than the day I bought this thing. Yep. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to tinker around and maybe start cleaning up the table over there to put back onto the bandsaw. See what happens next. Alright, so now it's been more days have passed. This project's been taking a good month or so to complete, just because of the time frame that I have available, and plus all the weight for the shaft to come back and some parts to show up. But now we're at the table, and what I did here was I sanded it down and I sprayed WD-40 all around it. Let that soak for a while, and then I wiped it off. Sprayed it again with WD-40 and let it sit. It's been sitting here for probably about 3 days. And I also did this here the same way. I figured that's good enough. I'm going to wipe everything back off again, and that should do it. This right here, I polished it up with some Mother's mag cleaner, I think it's called, MAG cleaner. So I got that all spit shined up best I can. And then the last piece here to go on is this here, which goes underneath the table and hooks up to here. But I want to give you a good look here of this bandsaw. It has came a long ways. And there's that tension thing again. You know, like I said, I don't know if that thing even works right yet or not. But it's on there. Yep, everything looks good. Everything is clean. Everything is adjusted the way I see it could be adjusted. I might have to do something with this bottom wheel here. Maybe pull it out more this way. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get the same measurement from here that it is down here, if I can. I think that's how you do it. Yeah, we'll find out when we put the blade on. And the blade is hanging right there. There's the old cord hanging there. That was on it when I bought the bandsaw. So yeah, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down and put it together. The table is on, looking sharp. Got the blade on, as you can tell. Oh, it looks nice on there. I might have to do a little bit of tracking back. I have to take a look at that while it's running. Boy, oh boy. See, I have it for a 1/4 inch tension or blade width. I think that's what it was. I'm not sure. I can measure that out real quick. But yeah, she's together, guys. Looking good. I have that adjusted somewhat. Okay, so if you put tension on that, it would hit that bearing. I'll do a little bit more adjustment later. And down below, that's kind of hard to get to. I got those blocks. They just come underneath the table. I got those blocks somewhat adjusted. And then the blocks up here, everything is adjusted. Oh man, I tell you, what a big difference from the day I bought her. This thing was dirty, put it that way, with that stand. I mean, yes, I bought the new hardware, but you know, a little bit of a bling to it. I got the new adjusting feet on the bottom there that my buddy made me. Yeah. So I know you guys are excited to see if it'll turn on or not. So this is probably really dangerous, but that's how I roll. There we go. Oh yes. That is nice. Oh, it's kind of dark right there. Can't really see. But looking good. I say she runs great, guys. Go ahead and shut that off. So after I get everything adjusted, I'm going to put this plate back on. And there it should be. And now I have to put the cover back on her. And that's it. Bandsaw project complete. It's been a long haul. A good month and a half probably. All these clips that I edited, they were days and weeks apart. And like I said, that's how I have to do things. I'm a busy man. Working 6 days a week, as I told you a million times in a million videos. But yeah, she's done. Oh, it looks so much nicer with those new belts on there. So you don't have to fight putting that belt on while it's on the bandsaw. Take the wheels off. Get yourself a table. And look at that table. The only thing is on there, 2 Allen wrenches and a 9/16 rubber gloves and 2 or 3 rags and wood. Yeah, that wood helped out the plastic table. Kind of dispersed the weight a little bit better. And all the greasing I've done on here and everything. All right. Well, this pleases me now. Like I said, everything is done. Works great. Yep, it looks good. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to finally end this video. I know it's a long one. But hopefully there's a lot of information that somebody can use. You know, trying to restore one of these bandsaws here, you know, and how to do, you know, this here, this rubber. It's not rubber, it's urethane belts. You know, that's my goal here, is to film everything that I'd like to do. And hopefully it helps people out. This is a 1987 bandsaw, Craftsman 12-inch. Model number 113.24350. Yes, I do have that memorized. I don't have it written down. You would not believe how many times I've typed that in to the Google search or eBay and everywhere else. That's how I think I memorized it. But this is it for the bandsaw. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, it was a long process. And it's finally finished. Now I'm going to take down this table. Put the bandsaw back over here by the table saw. And call this project completed. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And I'll be talking to you.